Am I wrong for telling my fiance's stepmother that I am not her ally in my fiance's family? My fiancé was raised mostly by his paternal grandparents. His mom died when he was 3. His paternal grandparents thought the world of her and had been close to her while she was with their son/my fiancé's father. They promised her they'd make sure he was okay no matter what and that he knew who she was. My fiancé's father was checked out once his wife got sick and she knew he wasn't going to be able to focus on their son, which apparently was very devastating for her and for his parents who wanted to believe he could. Once she died he did try, but he wasn't taking care of my fiancé well enough and wasn't accepting the help his parents offered. Eventually he started sending my fiancé over there and then he left him in their care permanently and signed over guardianship and custody to them. My fiancé saw his father rarely when he was younger and never had much to do with him after custody was changed. He was happy with his grandparents though and he felt like they gave him a better life than his father could have. They also made sure he knew about his mom and he has photos and videos of her, was told stories about her and her memory was kept alive so she wasn't forgotten or just a nothing to him. When my fiancé was 13 his father got married. He and his grandparents were invited to the wedding but didn't attend, by my fiancé's choice. His father's wife, stepmother in the title, wanted to be a more traditional family and had wanted my fiancé to let her take on some motherly figure role in his life but he had his grandma and told her no. She continued to try even when her husband did not but my fiancé wasn't interested. She made her relationship with my fiancé's grandparents difficult after a while. She told them they should want him to have a mom and they should be encouraging him to let her in so he can be a family with her and his dad. They said he had a mom and all that stuff. She thought it was wrong they were so loyal to their late Dill. They said they loved her. She didn't like that. She said they should only love her as his current wife and they told her that he had disappointed them. They thought she was disrespectful to the fact he was married before and my fiancé was someone else's child. But she was expecting everyone to accept her and want her and that she'd get my fiancé living with them and that they would be a more traditional family. Things grew more tense when she and my fiancé's father had 2 kids together. My fiancé sees the kids more as cousins but not even close ones. He has no relationship with them outside of seeing them at certain functions. But his grandparents do have a relationship with the other grandkids and so it means more contact with the father and his wife for everyone. I met my fiancé in our senior year of high school and we dated all throughout college. When I went to meet the parents it was meet the grandparents. They liked me and we've become very close and we spend holidays with them. I hardly know his father, the father's wife or their children but I have met them. After we got engaged I found out I was pregnant and we put wedding talk on hold to welcome our son, who's now 2 months old. During the pregnancy his father's wife was trying to get more involved and was asking to be a grandmother and stuff. My fiancé did not want it and told her so and then his grandmother and father's wife argued over the fact the grandparents didn't tell my fiancé to let her be the grandmother. She was also upset they didn't encourage us to invite her, his father and their kids to the baby shower and other celebrations. Or to meet the baby. Now she's set her sights on me. She believes she's my future mill and we should be allies in the family and I could help her become more accepted since I was and I get along with them incredibly well. I ignored her first few messages but she was pretty pushy and after talking to my fiancé I told her I wasn't her ally and I didn't want her to try and drag me into her issues with my fiancé's family. She went off on me in more messages. According to her I have no reason to keep a distance and could be the reason my son has another grandma instead of just a dead one. She also thinks I'm not thinking about long term what's best for everyone. But I trust my fiancé to decide what he wants to do when she's technically a part of his side even though he considers her to be nothing to him but a headache. AITA for refusing to be her ally and saying as much though?